Hey, great morning, everyone. This is Coach Sagasta. Honor, privilege, and blessed to be with each and every single one of you. Please, this moment, I challenge you to grab a pen and paper, pencil. Do what you need to do. Lend me your ear for just a moment. I'm going to share some things with you again. I love being on here. I love sharing some great things with you folks. So today's topic is why and what? Why, what? Stephen Gray, what's going on? Oh man, so yes, I had a wonderful coffee this morning with a friend of mine, and of course being on with the AF family is a great blessing. Much and special thanks to the AF family, and of course my family, the Sagasta family. I gotta say it was epic this morning. So of course, everyone knows at some point or another, your vehicle will go out. At some point or another, your vehicle will go out. At some point or another, something like a washer, a TV, at some point or another, your copy machine, at some point or another, even your computers, your phones, they all have an expiration date. Even your life, you have an expiration date. That's not today's topic, but here is why today's topic arrived for you, the viewer. So our washing machine it's on its last leg. We've had it for 4 years and it's getting ready to die out. So I said, let's go buy a new one. And the reason why I'm telling you this again, because this is where we're at today. So I'm talking to my mother-in-law on the phone, and she says they don't make them like they used to. Mom, if you're watching, I appreciate you watching. And yes, you did encourage and ignite this particular subject, tying into the major subject of why and what. But she said they don't make them like they used to. I said they don't make kids like they used to either. And she starts laughing. My son, Andrew Sagasta, if you're watching, he says to me, well, what do you mean by that, Dad? He says, wouldn't it be from the parents? I said, wait a minute, dude, wait a minute. I said, let's dive into this one. I love this. Again, this is why you have children. This is why you have a gift for grandchildren. My son says, isn't it the parents? So I said, I stopped what I was doing. I said, let's dive into this one, son. Let's dive into this one. So my son Andrew says that. I said they don't make children like they used to. My son says to me, well, isn't it from the parents? I says, let's think on that. I said, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, Dad, you said they don't make them like they used to. I said, correct. And so he says, wouldn't it be from the parents? I said, son, if I were to discipline you every single day, and I were to take you out hiking every single weekend, and I told you that you couldn't have your phone every single day when you got home, and you had to live by these 100 rules every single day, at some point, you're going to make a choice to go the opposite direction. So, key word, choice. It's a matter of choice. So, now let's open it up. It's not a Q&A, but let's open up the mind. Let's open up the possibilities. Today's topic is, again, at the very top. So if you got a pencil and a pen or paper to take notes, I hope you're taking notes, because I'm going to share something with you. The what and the why, or the why and the what. We often hear this attributed to both. Why? What? Why? What? You hear that a lot in kids today. Why? Why do I got to do this? Why do I got to do that? Why? So I'm going to help you out. And I really hope that this definitely resonates with a lot of people. I wrote this down last night, and I was sitting at a restaurant this morning, and I was really in deep thought on this particular subject. And again, understanding the purpose of the why. And again, if you're a student, young, and you follow me, or you're in my community and you're watching this, or you know of somebody that's young, you have kids, you'll attest to this. They often say why without having a genuine understanding of where why arrives. So last night I did a quick live about, mental health. I did a quick live last night, and I'll put that on my YouTube account later for anybody to go back and watch. as well as this one. But nonetheless, I brought up this why right here. They don't contribute, again, and I'm going to teach you, I'm teaching you right now, I'm educating you, and I hope that you have the time, but even adults today, they don't know why they have kids. They just had kids. Right? Why? You were blessed with a gift of time, opportunity, as well as kids. Why? To mold them, to train them, to give them the tools necessary to leave a legacy, right? To multiply, as the Bible says, to multiply. Multiply the earth, multiply. Okay, be fruitful, multiply. Let them be the loins of your seed, right? But why? You hear kids always say why. I had a kid this week say why. It did this whole snapping neck. They did the whole snapping neck. You kids ever do that? Why? My kids never done that to me. And I'm going to be God honest with you. My kids have never snapped their neck and told me why. I don't think I'd be doing lives if they did. You get what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect, but I grew up in an age, and that's what my son was expressing. My son was expressing there at the kitchen table isn't it the parents? And I said, it contributes a small significance of that. So when we think about the why and what, when it comes to again, a company, an organization, a program, they all have to do with why. Why? Even as parents, you are a company. You are an organization. We call it organism. If you have, again, an organism of family members, it's made up of an organism, a body, a program. Again, you can be programmed by the TV, or you can be programmed naturally by natural law of what is right and what is wrong. And you, again, share that with your children. So why? There's a why in every single one of those that I just shared with you. A why. And what most people don't understand, they don't really understand the why in any company or any organization or any program. They don't understand the why. And I told my friend this morning, we were having coffee this morning together, and I said, you look at Tom Brady. Again, I'm not trying to get into sports and nothing like that, but I said, you look at Tom Brady, and you look at the why they brought in the individuals that they needed to put around this quarterback, and now he's at the spotlight. Now, no disrespect, Daniel Sorensen, if you're watching, or the Sorensen family, or anybody from Colton High School that I went to school with, no disrespect against the Chiefs. But again, who's Coach Sagasta going for? I'm going for Tom Brady. Everybody wants to know, why is Coach Sagasta? He's not even an NFL fan. He's not even a big, huge NFL fan. I'll tell you why I'm going for the Tom Brady. Because the Tom Brady puts in the work off the season. The Tom Brady is always an hour early to the workshop, the situation room. The Tom Brady, again, knows the why. He's obsessional about the why. He's vigorously training the why. So now, why am I sharing this? Good morning, Jordan. So why am I sharing today's topic? Why and what? Is because the why is the purpose. The why. It's the purpose. I know you might not be able to see this. But right here it says, remember your why, staring, purpose, humility, and goals. Now, again, in America, humility has been forgotten. Purpose is somewhat forgotten. Goals this is the last weekend. For a lot of people said, I got a goal, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I got a goal, I'm going to start going to the gym every day. I got a goal, I'm going to stop drinking soda. I got a goal, I'm going to start talking right. I got a goal, I'm going to treat my wife right. I got a goal, I'm going to treat my husband right. When you know your why, you don't even have to share it with anybody. You just do it. Again, for your parents, for your students in life, when you know your why, just like I told you, like an organization, like a program, like a team, when you know your why, you don't need an alarm clock to wake you up. You don't need somebody to hold your hand and coddle you and take you to the other side. You don't need that. When you know your why, again, a why is purpose. Any branch of government, any particular program, any particular organization or team or company, when they know their why, again, even family, again, I'm talking not just to the business owner, but I'm also talking to the student in life as well as the family. When you know your why, it is the purpose. The what is the task. Again, what? That kid told me like that. What? Why? What? She snapped her neck at me. 6th grade. She was 6th grade. She snapped her neck at Coach Sagasta. I was like, time out. I had to stop the earth from rotating. I said, did you just say why to me? Please tell me. Did you say why to me? Did you told my kids don't even say why. I got 3 of them. One's 21 years old. The end of March. The other one's 18 and a 13-year-old. They don't say why to their father. You see, because I train them. And I know a lot of people that might be very offensive, but that's my why. My purpose is my children. And then it goes off to other people's children. My why and what I do, even with lives and doing podcasting and sharing genuine knowledge, wisdom, philosophy, is because, again, it's not introduced to a lot of people's lives on an everyday basis. Hello? It's not introduced every single day. And one of my mentors and teachers said this. He says, motivation is like taking a bath. You have to do it every single day. And what a lot of people won't do, again, what a lot of students won't do, what a lot of parents won't do, what a lot of businesses won't do, is they won't go back to the why. Why are we doing what we do? Why are we in this arena? Why do we wake up when we come to work? Why do we have a bad attitude every time we go to bed? Why do I always got to argue with my wife? Why do I always got to argue with my kids? Why do I always got to argue with my boss? Why do I always got to argue with my coworkers? Right? Am I speaking the truth? Am I speaking the truth? Do you hear me now? Are you taking notes? Maybe you want to share this live with somebody that could definitely resonate with them. Because you forgot your why. Because they forgot their why. So again, let me expand on the meaning of the why. The why in any organization, any program, any company, any team, the why is the purpose. The purpose. And its mission, why you do what you do, or why you get up to do what you do. You see, often people don't ever ask that question. Why do I get up to do? You know, I was on a webinar this morning, and that was one of the things. And Terrell, my brother, you could vouch, you could attest to this. But my brother LT said every time that I would do a live, Coach Sagasta would jump on and he would hit me with a bunch of questions. Why? Because I want to expand your intellect. Why? Because I want you to broaden the horizon when it comes to genuine knowledge. Why? Because I want you to dig deep into your infinite mind to grab answers to give and deliver to people. That's why. That's why. So again, the why and the what. She was in 6th grade and she said, what? When I asked her to do something, she said, what? Why? I had to stop the earth from moving. You feel me? Time out. You don't speak to Coach Sagasta like that. I'm an adult. I've been in this arena. My feet are wet. I have raised 3 kids. Again, train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. That's what the Bible told me. And so I've been training my kids for 21 years to be an example in life, to hold to a higher standard morally in life. Why? Because in my eyes, again, it might be offensive to a lot of you, but in my eyes, that's purpose. In my eyes, my kids will grow up and have humility. In my eyes, in my perspective, in my observation, they'll have a goal and they'll go after it. And they'll climb and they'll climb and they'll climb and they'll climb. And no disrespect, but they won't quit. Again, the why. A lot of people have a hard time with this. I literally will never ever forget the moment of sitting in an auditorium with 3,000 plus people, close to 5,000 people, and Dr. Eric Thomas picks on individuals to stand up and volunteer. What's your why? What's your why? And Coach Sagasta jumped up like, I know my why. I know my why. And then when I got up, he shot me down. He said, that's not your why. I'll never forget that. That was the best medicine. That was the greatest antidote and spark of energy that pushed me to be better than what I once was. Why? Why? You got to understand and define your why every single night, people used to say this, 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. But are you? Because I'm going to be honest with you, Coach Sagasta doesn't stay up 24 hours. I get 4 to 5 hours of sleep every single night. And sometimes more on Sundays. But nonetheless, again, your why. Your why, your purpose for your program. You got people that you work for. You got people that work for you. You got a company and a business. But your why and your mission are not, they don't equate. They don't equate. They're not even close to genuinely coming together. And that even goes for the home. I know, right? Sagasta, you a mean dude. You're bad. You're crazy, man. You shouldn't say things like this. I get those messages. I do. Believe me. They told Jesus the same thing. They told Abraham Lincoln the same thing. They told Albert Einstein the same thing. You shouldn't say those things. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. If we stood around and if we stood around in life as humanity and we stood by again and we didn't listen and pay close attention to the information, then the situation would never change. As I said, the what is the task. What is it that you do? What is it that you do? What is it? What is it in your business? Again, your number one business ought to be your business internally. That should be your number one business. If you can't get your number one business right, how can you truly, genuinely, automatically say that your business outside is going right? Just saying, right? Just saying. How can you truly, genuinely, authentically, and honest, not just with me, but with yourself, say that life is going in the right direction? Because my task, my what in life is congruent to my why. And let me tell you this. Let me share with you this. And again, I hope that you're writing this stuff down. But in addition to your task, it will motivate you. You don't need to turn on the television or the radio to motivate you. I was thinking about this yesterday when I was in the gym. I was listening to Jim Rohn. I was listening to Les Brown. I'm listening to talk. I'm listening to individuals, again, who have contributed to my life and who I am. As I'm lifting weights, I'm listening, taking in by it. Again, your motivation. That's not what motivated me. What motivated me is my wife motivates me because, again, you have to have a reason behind it. My why is my wife, Sarah Sagasta, Isaac Sagasta, Andrew Sagasta, Delina Sagasta, my students at Desert Star Academy, the lives in my community, the young lives in my community. Great friends from the Rotarian Club. My why. But the what must be congruent. Your what must be congruent. The what? Your task. What? Your what? It's the part that fulfills your purpose. One more time. The what, the task, the what helps to fulfill the purpose. You see, without Isaac, Andrew, Delina, and Sarah in my life, I wouldn't have such a strong why. It'd be very, and it'd be 100, it would be very, very rocky with me. I wouldn't be able to find true, genuine balance. Now, again, I'm not saying this to impress you by any means, but to press upon you. To press upon you that understanding your why and your what will help in every team, program, organization, okay, and company. It will help all the way across the board. Amazing, right? All the way across the board. I know it's hard to consume. I get it. Been there, like I said, years ago when I was put up on that platform, when I was put up on that stage, years ago, I was truly embarrassed, but at the same time, it was the greatest antidote. Some people aren't ready to be embarrassed. Some people are not ready. They're not ready. You're not ready. You are not ready. You think you're ready, but you're not ready. You're not ready. Well, if I want $1 million, you're not ready for $1 million because you can't even govern $100. Your why, your what. My why can't be as strong or better than my what. They have to be congruent. So I hope that makes a whole lot of sense to each and every single one of you. And last, as I get out of here, excuse me, as I get out of here, your what must and needs be done for it to ignite your why. One more time. Your what must and needs to be done. Must and needs to be done. Your what? Your task, which will ignite your why. Now, do you see why I say they have to be congruent? I hope, again, it resonates. I hope that you find understanding what I just shared with each and every single one of you. It's that important. Knowing your why, but also knowing your what. And if you need a little bit more simplification, I'll simplify it like this. I'm in the field of education. I train and coach and teach and preach and mentor leadership 4 days a week. 4 days a week. What do? That's my what? That's my task. I create curriculum plans for students to grow and to tap into their full potential of leadership. As I expressed to them this week, each and every single one of you are leaders. At some point or another, you led your parents. At some point or another, you led somebody to your rescue. Whether it was you had a dirty diaper, whether you were hungry, or whether you had a boo-boo and you needed care. That's, again, every single person on the face of this earth was given two positions: manager position and leadership position. A gift. But too often, we're so distracted. We don't know our why. We don't know our what. And so the light of possibilities is never turned on. And so expressing this with my students this week, it was very simple. Listen to what I'm sharing with you. You can get it right now for free. Or at some point or another, you're going to pay for it. And you're going to pay for it in a negative way, or you're going to pay for it in a very costly way. Now, I'm not trying to demonize the beautiful children that I have, but the reality, as parents, as educators, as coaches in life today, leadership is Very, very wide. And what we see today in today's society as leadership are genuinely not at their full potential of genuine leaders. I know, right? Because they forgot the why. They forgot the task. The what? Listen, don't shoot the messenger. Coach Sagasta has just been educating himself for 5 years now. Taking classes, taking seminars, taking everything I possibly can get. And I'm not saying that to be boastful or prideful in any shape or form. But just saying that's how important it is. Because it's part of my why. I can't train and teach my children to be great leaders in life if I don't have the tools to teach them. Did you hear that? I can't teach them to be genuine leaders in life if I don't have the tools necessary. I fixed the vending machine yesterday. Side note, but it ties into the message. I fixed the vending machine yesterday. I don't have any experience with fixing vending machines. That's not my purpose. That's not my position in life. But I said I would do it. I took the leadership role and said that I would do it. Now, I'm not saying this to impress you, but what I had to do was collaborate with individuals. I had to speak to another individual. I had to research to find out answers how to fix this machine. Now, why am I telling you this? Because again, leadership. Why? Who's it for? What's the vending machine for? Task, children. Scholars, students. Why? Part of the why. You see how I tied in? Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm better than good. Better than good. Better than most. That was a little obnoxious right there. I had to. Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being a great part of my life. I thank you so much for watching and for sharing these lives. Again, they're always for somebody that can definitely resonate with. I know that. Listen. If it wasn't for people that are like me at different levels, I would not be the man I am today. And again, I pay a lot of respect and contribution to those individuals, from Jim Rohn to Dr. Norman Vincent Peale to Abraham Lincoln to Frederick Douglass to Nelson Mandela to Martin Luther King to Mahatma Gandhi to Steve Jobs. All these wonderful individuals, Zig Ziglar and Napoleon Hill and Tony Robbins just finished up his 21-day challenge. Dr. Eric Thomas and Quest Green, a lot of individuals have helped to transform who you see before you. Again, sometimes you just got to take a time out and say, who's contributing to my life? Who's contributing to my life? Who's putting time and effort into my life? Because, you ever heard that the coin return on investment, the ROI, the ROI. I'm sure you've heard of that. If you're an adult, you've heard of that. But what's the return on your investment when it comes to your why? What's the return on your investment when it comes to your what? Your task. So I hope that makes a whole lot of sense for a lot of you. Again, share this live with somebody you know, love, and care. Again, knowing your why. It's very, very important. It is. Believe me, it's very important. You got to know your why. Okay, and as well as you got to know your what. It's part of the process. Be blessed. Have a great, fabulous day. I'm out.
Trapping tapes till I lost the count. Coughing out blood, dropping weight like I lost an ounce. Throwing words and tossing nouns. NY